You're about to see an idiot caller debate what it means to be British. As always, I'll give you my full thoughts at the end, and make sure to subscribe.
I understand why people are upset about having hotels of asylum seekers put near them. I get it. Totally understand. That is actually a world away from saying, OK, well, we're going to have an uprising to fight the people who are trying to replace us or whose culture is trying to become the predominant one. There's a world of difference there. The numbers just don't make that make sense. If you want to go and protest on the street about uncontrolled migration and a lack of control at the border, I get it, really, really get it. I think that is a completely legitimate criticism of previous governments, this government. Absolutely right. It does feel uncontrolled. The numbers have been huge, not just illegal, but legal migration numbers have been absolutely massive. Never seen it before in the history of this nation, the speed of change. And nobody voted for it. So I understand the anger, but this other stuff, where's that come from? Neil's in Stevenage. Neil.
Hi. So, look, people are angry, people are mobilising, people are aware of the harm that's been done to this country. Of something like 100,000 girls, according to that report, were raped or groomed by men who are predominantly Pakistani Muslims. And there is a community of people that have come into this country, millions of them, millions, who intend to take it from us. And we are aware of that. And you shrug your shoulders and you go, oh, look, millions of people are coming, that's awful, you should be against more coming in. But what about the people here now? You know, London is 70% gone from us. Every major city in this country is now a majority of outsiders. And people want to get their country back. And it hasn't been like over 100 years this has happened. This has happened since the year 2000.
When you say London is Neil, when you say London is gone from us, that it is 70% outsiders.
And this silly viewpoint, it's almost like you're being.
What does that mean, sir?
You know what I mean by us.
No.
You know what?
Yeah, okay, I do. You mean white British, don't you? You mean white British?
Tom, you're English.
Yes.
And so am I.
Yes.
And we have shared culture, traditions, values, cuisine, everything, music. We are a people. And we are losing our country. And the Labour Party is a treasonous organisation that, while it was in opposition, was...
But Neil, what you mean is white, don't you? You mean it's white.
Yes, I do.
Right, okay.
But see, that's the main culture. We are a culture.
What's white culture, though? What does white culture mean? Because there are all sorts of white people. Hang on a sec, Neil. There are all sorts of white people all over the world. They have different cultures.
Now, Tom, listen. English people are an ethnic group. Like Dutch people, Frisian people, Danish people, Basque people, Catalan people.
Yes.
We are an ethnic group. Now, you can marry into our society. You can join us. You can adopt our culture. And over generation, you can become part of this body.
But, Neil, when you watch
you can't
okay, sir.
Here and say you're English and be English. You're not.
I understand that. I understand. Fine. Do you follow football? Do you follow cricket? Do you follow sport of any kind?
Yes.
When you watch the England football team, where non-white English players are playing, are they ethnically English to you?
No, they're not.
Why? They were born here. Their parents were born here.
Change to ethnic group.
No, but Neil, if the qualifying characteristic of being English is were you born here?
Shared ancestry. Shared culture.
But how shared do you want it? Because their parents were born here too.
You have to at least marry into our community.
But Neil, the parents of an England footballer who is non-white, his parents... Neil, hang on a sec. Because this is a very interesting definition of what it means to be English in your view. If the parents of an England... Hang on, you've got to let me ask the question, sir.
Go on, then.
If the parents of a black English football player are born in England...
Yes.
That player is born in England. They are representing their country. My question to you, Neil, are they ethnically English?
Let me reply, okay? If two black people moved to this country and never learnt English and brought up their child not to speak English, and ignored everything around them and just lived in an introspective bubble where they didn't meet or talk to or make any attempt to integrate with English ethnic people, then no, they're not. Just because you're born here doesn't make you part of our nation.
Well, how do I know you are? You're born here. How do I know that you're ethnically English?
You can't over the radio, obviously.
But you would say you can. You would say I would instantly recognise you as being ethnically English, even though you might only live in a bubble of one.
Do you believe that ethnic groups exist?
Say again?
Do you believe ethnic groups exist?
I believe that you can have an ethnicity, of course.
Do you recognise the fact that until the 1970s, about 90% of the population in London were from the English ethnic group?
And that means born in England?
No, it doesn't.
Right, what does it mean then?
It means more than that. English people happen to be white. It's not our fault, but we are. Chinese
but
people.
But not every English person
Chinese.
is white, Neil. You agree that not every English person is white?
I believe that some communities that have settled here over generations can become British, particularly Afro-Caribbean people, Afro-Caribbean black people. But when you have communities where you have one man from Pakistan with a wife from Pakistan who both speak Urdu at home, who are both Muslims, who only eat Pakistani food, who bring their children up to be Pakistani first, they're colonists.
What you're talking about is integration.
Our cities,
what you're talking
they're
about...
not in tents where you live, but they are for real people in this country, all around the country.
What you're
in Birmingham, all across Yorkshire, Liverpool, all across Lancashire, most of London. We are losing our home, and we've got nowhere to go, Tom. Where do we go?
Neil, what you're
Where
talking...
do we go?
OK, I'm going to give it one more go, Neil. If you're just going to keep shouting, this isn't going to work.
It's because you're being so disingenuous. You're not even...
I'm asking you questions, and the questions are... What you're talking about there is integration. And I, to an extent, agree with you. It is a very bad thing for people to come into the country, to not integrate at all, to not be able to speak the language. It's a very, very bad thing.
Do you accept that millions haven't integrated?
Depends on what you mean by integrate. But I think...
OK. But if I'm saying to you that you can't have communities living all together in large groups that don't intermarry, that keep every single cultural thing from home and don't adopt any of ours except sort of nebulous British values about being nice in the queue, which mean nothing. Okay, the country is being colonised.
I don't agree with you. I don't think the country is being colonised. And I don't understand why you can't say or can't agree or can't believe that a person who is born here, who shares the values that you do, who speaks the language, who eats a roast dinner and likes watching England play football. I don't understand why you can't say that person might not be white.
Am I still being heard, Tom? If you are saying that anyone can be English just because they say they are...
No, I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying.
That English just doesn't exist.
No,
that's what you're saying. That's offensive.
Neil, at no point have I suggested that, and I don't think that's true. I'll give you this is the final question I'm going to ask you, sir. Rishi Sunak, and there was a question about this, so I'm not taking this example completely off the top of my head. Rishi Sunak, born in Southampton, comes from Indian descent. Is he culturally, ethnically English?
He's not ethnically English, as you well know. He's probably Anglo-Indian or British Indian or something like that. Look, culturally, he's adopted many of our norms and values. But he's not ethnically English. So, and we have a homeland, and this is our homeland.
So to be ethnically English, you need to be white.
No, not exclusively. You need to have ancestors who are from this country that have been here more than one generation.
Okay, so we now say that to be ethnically English, you need 2 generations of your family to have been born here? 3, 4?
No, I think you need to have some ancestors who have been here for hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years?
It's an insult on your intelligence and mine, Tom. You know, Tom, that your
Tommy Robinson's family came from Ireland.
Years.
His grandmother was Irish.
Tom, I've been living here for thousands of years.
I put myself right. Tommy Robinson's mother was Irish. So is Tommy Robinson ethnically English?
No, he's not. He's half.
Okay. It's a confused picture. Neil, thank you very much indeed. I'm here to tell you that, according to the Office for National Statistics, about 40.6% of London's usual residents were born outside the UK, according to the 2021 census. I don't know where Neil gets 70% from, I have to say. But this is the kind of conversation that is happening, I suspect, as people were walking shoulder to shoulder in that protest. That is not to say everybody, of course, but what does it mean to be ethnically English? What does it mean to be ethnically British? What do we mean by ethnic in the context of Britishness and Englishness? Do we mean colour? I'm not sure we do mean colour.
Right, so this caller keeps banging on about Britishness and what it means to be ethnically British. And you can tell that he is referring to race, but he doesn't want to say it. Because when you ask him, define what Britishness is and how can one be British, he says, oh, it's got to be one generation, 2 generations, a few generations, but he can't really pinpoint exactly how many. And it feels pretty arbitrary to draw that distinction between 1, 2, or 3 generations. And what I find very interesting is different people have different definitions for what it means to be British. But for me, being British is just about looking out for each other, taking care of people and being respectful. And this caller flies in the face of all of that because he's trying to alienate people just because of the colour of their skin or where they were born. And he keeps speaking about these people who don't want to integrate into society. Well, I would argue, have you ever tried to even speak to any of them? I doubt it. I think you just look at people who have different coloured skin to you and you come to a conclusion and judgment without giving them the time of day. And I think that's the saddest thing. And different cultures can be a beautiful thing in this country because there's different foods, different music, a lot of nice things about different cultures. And I think it's important to try and embrace that as much as we can. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm really keen to get your thoughts on this one.